Our voice is purple.
Capture objective A.
I don't know what comp you're running.
Let ball get a little bit of space, then I'm gonna turn the corner and knock him off. Big.
Ah! Okay, let's actually get this. We get a little snapshot here. Chat, this is gonna be really hard to focus. There's a lot of music in the background. Okay. You're running sort of spam dive. Like, you're running relatively fast-paced heroes, Lucio, Genji, Farah, Hammond. They're running more of a spam. You could play... I wouldn't recommend, like, flat-out diving any of this core. Obviously, anything involving Mei, stay far away. You could try and 1v1 Ana, harass her. You can force point pressure because there's no diva here, so it's gonna be difficult for them to contest point. Mei can contest point, all right. I'm just gonna kind of see what's at. There's like this pretty obvious what your win condition here is. So you got to play a faster tempo. You're gonna need to pull attention away, like towards that Ana. Yeah, let's see what goes on. Shoot in the face. Please don't just smash your primary fire. Like, you're just mashing down and you miss like half of, almost your entire, yeah, you miss over half of your clip. I mean, she's an idiot, but good job, I guess. Get her. Oh, okay. You need to get the mega. You need to get the mega. Okay, this is really messy. Okay, starting now. First off, this is poor. I see Orissa's Fortify ending. I immediately want to 1v1 this Orisa. So I want to grapple here, smack into her. If she's at full HP when I smack into her, that I don't commit to her. And then I could just roll out, grab the mega over here, or you can go all the way back to your team. Instead, you kind of screw up your grapple. Like, you're trying to grapple away, you get halted out of it. Now you have to roll away. I would have actually gone around this way and grabbed a mega, but whatever. Okay, so you're clearly going for a boop with this position. Okay, that's fine. No, not the target, not the target. So in this instance, it would have been much better to grapple and roll through them as quickly as possible. Music is over. Roll. It's fine. Don't like that pathing. I would have liked you to go back on the Ana. It's fine. Okay. So, let's see. Your mechanics aren't great. I would like to see you... That's good. Thank you for playing safe. Unfortunate. I would like to see you play a little bit less smash down mouse 1 when you do go for a combo. I would have liked to see you put more emphasis on going for the Ana. And then, honestly, one of the big mistakes is when you did get the Ana, you immediately rolled out towards your team. When you could have gone and gotten Mega, you could have just shot at the Orisa, grabbed this mini here, and then gone for a boot play when you actually had your cooldowns. When you don't have your cooldowns, your first reaction should be immediately to just roll back towards your team. You need to be get HP elsewhere, and then go back in when you're on the cooldowns when you're already on the backline. You're like the Tracer when she doesn't have recall, who runs back to her team. Like, all you're doing at that point is you're risking your life even more, and you're reducing the impact that you have in the battlefield even significantly. So just stay on the backline. Stay in the backline. Continue to apply pressure on the backline. What elo? Masters. Also grappling, going after the hog. Like, target priority for you. Like, this is concerning. Like, this is bad. You're not you shouldn't be wasting time with this at all. Like, if anything, you should be going around this way and completely ignoring the hog, and then going under the back line of the point, right? Like, I wouldn't even take that as a situation for you to run away either. You get hooked, so what? Like, you go under the back line, you grab the mini, you get the mega underneath it, and then what are they gonna do? Like, your perfect rollout gets screwed up, and you panic and roll back to your team. But all it does is it doesn't make you any safer. It pulls attention away from your supports who are already under enough pressure as it is, and it means that for you to actually access the backline, it takes you even longer, right? Stop doing this. I'm not dressing up as Spy Lucifer for Halloween. Like, look at you. Look at you. You were doing nothing. You're not pulling any attention your way, and now we're going after Hog again. Stop going after Hog! Like... Okay. These are your heroes. If you go in 1v1 they're Ana on point by herself, she's going to flip out, scream at her team, what the heck are you guys doing in this spawn? This ball's killing me again! Help me! Please! Right? Meanwhile, you're playing instead, excuse me, you're playing patty cake with the big boys. That's not what you're supposed to do. And the thing is it's you're also like, it's not just the fact that you're like, oh, you're not trying it. It's when it doesn't go perfectly, you just give up and run back to your front line, right? Don't do that. That's more dangerous. When they don't have any Sombra or Tracer or even a Genji or Diva or anybody to harass you, to keep up with you, then you need to abuse that. Live on their backline. Nobody can stop you. This isn't Cliff, no. This... Oh my gosh. Okay.
One of my USB slots, I have a wireless mouse, so one of my USB slots is like...
Okay. Go. Stage. Wrap around them. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. Why? Why would you use 2 cooldowns for that? Thank you! Good gracious! No! 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 Dude, no! Yes, they're doing a good job of stopping you, but they really can't! You grapple here, you roll, you grab the Mega, and you go to their backline. What are they gonna do? You have all of your cooldowns, and you'll be full HP. Instead, what do? You use your cooldowns, you try and go back through the enemy team to go back to your backline. 1 cooldown, 2 cooldowns, almost die. And now you've reset your positioning. Stop going through the enemy team to go back to your team so you can go back and fail your staging again. Hey, I don't know who you are, but I haven't seen your name in a long time. Let's put it that way, okay? This Kree cannot stop you from going in the backline. Yes, he made it hard, but you can still grapple, grab the Mega, go to the other side of point. What can they do? You wait for your grapple then, and then you go in. And then you mine point, right? So... I think we're noticing a big... Okay, so now they have Tracer Doomfist, which means, like, this means, as a ball, that you living on the backline isn't really possible anymore. However, these guys are going to have a harder time screwing up your staging. So in other words, when you do dive or when you do aggress, these guys aren't going to screw you up as much as a Mei and a McCree will, right? So it's good news for you. It does mean that, like you said, you can't live in the backline, but you're less concerned about staging from your own front line as you were before. Okay, so you definitely, like, I don't want to leave that point. If you're going into a comp where they don't have anything to protect, like, to bother you in the backline, please live in the backline. And don't, at the second you get contested, just panic and run back to your front line. Like, you go and run and grab the Mega. Make them chase after you. Waste their time. And then if they ignore you, then you just kill their Ana, like you did earlier. Your slams are bad. You just slam for no reason to, like, move around the map. It's just awful. And then you don't grab Mega Health, like, you don't respect the dangers of being 400 HP and without adaptive shields. Like, you need to grab a Mega. That's what we got so far. Okay, this is fine. Like, you're managing to, you actually got to their backline and nobody contested you, so this is even better. You could probably go for a good boop here. It's fine. It's good. I don't necessarily... Yeah, I don't like this adaptive shield as much. Like, again, remember we talked about how, I think this is the last VOD we did of you and Eichenwald, whether you have to kind of read the situation and decide whether you need to pop your shields early with the anticipation of CC burst. Well, yeah, they're running Hog, but they're running Doomfist, who's dead, and Tracer. None of those are going to really burst you down instantaneously. So there's no, I would not be afraid of waiting to pop adaptive shields when you need to. Because if anything, if Hog hooks you and pulls you in towards his team, you'll get better adaptive shield there, and they don't have the damage to be able to burst you down. They don't have it. So don't be like this adaptive shield, completely unnecessary. So
Go now.
fine. Yeah. So adaptive shield usage is poor. You're running back to your team like with your tail tucked between your legs, and they had nobody to chase you was poor. And a lot of our slams weren't great either. Along with also, honestly, our like mechanics of just mashing on primary fire. Okay. Like looking at this composition here, you can theoretically dive with your Genshi if you wanted to, but like you're not really scared to play slow here. So if you're playing slow composition, what you want to do is you don't want to peel for your backline because you're not very good at that. Instead, you want to trade. So if they go in hard on you guys, you want to be going hard on their backline and punish them for doing that. And also turn away the support. So if you go hard on like their Ana Zen or their Mercy Moira or something like that, and turn their attention to you instead of healing their own team, their dive won't be super well supported. In addition with that, if they're like trying to dive you, you can also like you're not necessarily peeling, but you can like use your boop to disrupt them. So okay, so they have Mei. That is really, really risky. Okay, so like let's talk about this really quick. Like, I want you to read this engagement location, Reaper, and tell me, can anybody in your team find value from this? You are just like a Winston. Now, you're better than Winston at, like, specifically solo diving, and you can get punished less often for bad dives, but it doesn't mean that you actually get away with it, right? Like, if a Winston dives this, he dies immediately because it's a bad time dive because his team can't follow up on it. His team can't support him. Nobody in his team can actually damage this. Like, they're all too far away, right? Now, his team dies and he loses the fight. Now, you're a Hammond. You're not going to die here, but that doesn't mean that that's okay. Because what's going to happen is you're going to roll away and you're going to have to wait for your cooldowns, and you might as well be dead because you're not going to be doing anything during that window of opportunity. So don't mistake survival for doing something. That's a good rule for everybody. Listen to me. Don't mistake survival for doing something, okay? Or doing the right thing. Because look at you. All of your cooldowns, now your team is playing down one, and the enemy team didn't have to do anything on. I don't know, man. Go back in, 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 go, 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 go. Who are you slamming? Why are you doing that? So I'm telling you to go in. And it turns out when you turn the corner, they're kind of split. Mei's here, they're going up here, Ana's here. Okay, they're kind of split, so there's no fat engaged target. Fine. You could just roll through, smack the Lucio, whatever. You slam nothing, and now you're screwed, kiddo. Idiot! So like, as soon as I see this, I'm like, no way, Jose, am I slamming anymore, right? There's no way, there's no reason for you to slam this. They're all split up. You slamming this just means that you're gonna get CC'd and killed. Okay. So your job here is, again, disruption. Like, I don't think trading here, unless it's on just the Ana, is going to work here. You're gonna have to be very attentive to where their Mei and Kree are. Okay? So pay attention to where their Mei and Kree are. Okay, no, you moron! Why did you do that? You're in a good position, dude. Like, they walk to point, you grapple, smack them into oblivion, or they all run to point and they leave the Ana here and you 1v1 the Ana. What are you doing? What is it with you, like, running back to your team in front of the enemy team for no reason? And then your Ana, who's actually got nothing else better to do to support you, and you steal their ult charge away. And now you've ruined your staging. And now you're too late. Like, the fight's already lost, idiot. Like, you go in for no reason, and then you have to restage, and while you're staging, they push in and they kill your team. Okay, so again, like, you kind of have to, as a Hammond, do you dive? Dive, disrupt, or duel? Holy crap, what juicy alliteration, right? And this is all going to be dependent on what your team composition is and what the enemy team composition is. So you can't really dive you know, the Mei Kree is too much CC, right? But you can still disrupt by doing your roll engages, right? Boop them around, farm your ult, turn attention, bait cooldowns, or you could duel. And you duel people who are solo, okay? So solo. You could duel a Kree. You can duel an Ana, easy peasy, okay? And you're doing like a really crappy job at that. So I'm gonna like avoid getting too much into your micro and focus on whether you're matching one of those 3 categories, okay? Because you could disrupt easily. You could disrupt and duel from this position. Easy. And you got mines. Don't do it. 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 Now. No! No! Okay. That was good. That was real good. Perfectly timed. Good mines too. It doesn't need to get kills to be bad. Or to be good. They're trying to go in and find value with this mine engage. They've committed to this fight. You go for like a boop play. You don't quite get it good enough. You preemptively adaptive shield, which is good because the Kree hog, which is good. You mine, which is good. And then you get out of town. You've done your job. Like, there's somebody on point right now. That person is by themselves, right? They're Mei, or like they're so split right now. Your team can follow up on all of this. Your Genji can follow up on all of this. I do not like this. You needed to get out. You needed to get out. You need to get out. I don't like this at all. Go towards your Kree. Or towards their Kree. Who are you doing? Who are you? Oh, you're going for the Ana. Or the Mei? Moira? That was a really weird grapple. I have no idea what you're trying to accomplish there. Okay. Outside of that, both of those wonky grapples, which didn't really make any sense how you use them or where you use them, that was good. That was really nice. Making mine too high? Yes, that is actually a good point. That's something that you have to think about now, especially since they nerfed the mine thing. They call it a buff, but it's not a buff.
Got it off last second.
Good point. I didn't even catch that. Okay. A little early. You got a little antsy because they popped Cole, but it's too early. Like, do you see this? Like, this opening void, there's no red here, so it's early. So 1 cooldown, 2 cooldowns, 3 cooldowns, and you die because you're on their front line with no real escape path. So your timing here was way off. Way off with your timing. And you slam there. Like, you had no reason to slam there. No reason to slam there at all. You just fed. Okay, that's fine. Disrupt, dive, or duel. A lot of the times that you are you're going for the duel, which was like fine, the very first thing that you did. But when you're disrupting or diving or dueling, if your plan, even when your plan goes well, you then immediately spend your time rolling all the way back to your team instead of staging on the back line. If there's nobody on the back line to prevent you between fights, then just live back there, okay? Second thing is your timing a lot of times with your pressure was off. You were early, you were late, and sometimes you just like left. Like that one time you like rolled out for no particular reason, and then your team got caught off because you didn't have cooldowns. First off, take the time to actually think about what they're running. Chat, what should you do here? They're running Mei Bastion. What should you do here? There's really only one legitimate win condition for this. Yep. Yep. You need to knock them off of high ground. Point pressure is not a legitimate threat against a Bastion comp because they'll melt you too fast from their LOS. I mean, it's often a win condition, but not on this point. But if you go through dark, here, and then do your like little grapple thing and smack them, you can smack the Orisa off of high ground. You can smack the Orisa, you can smack the Mei off of high ground. 100%. That's what you do here. So just bad knowledge. You need to have like, there needs to be set win conditions for you. Remember, it's like you dive, disrupt, or duel, right? But then you go into your disrupt, and well, there's dive. Oh, chat, we need another D word. Dive, disrupt. I guess you could put point pressure under disrupt. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna cheat. Disrupt could be either boop, or point pressure, right? Because you disrupt what they want to do, which is just sit there. You ruin the party, right? Now you can't apply point pressure here, so this is off the table. You can't obviously duel them because they're all clumped in the same thing. You can't dive because they're gonna freeze you and kill you. So this is the only thing you could do, right? It's just a checklist, right? Can you dive? No. Can I duel? No. Can I like point pressure? No. So that's the only thing you could do. What do you do when the Orisa halts and you lose your momentum? I mean, it's going to take a 9,000 IQ Orisa and with ridiculously fast reflexes to be able to reactively halt with that. Like, defensively halting to move people out of their cooldowns is really, really hard to do. It takes perfect timing and perfect placement. Trying to defensively halt is way, way, way harder than people think. So, you go through and you get melted, and then you go in for, like, I don't even know what you're going for. You're going for, like, a soft dive, but... like, what does a soft dive actually do? Your team can't really dive Mei Bastion. It's not going to work. And you certainly can't. So, I mean, you're running a Pharah too. So it's like, you're not even running a hard dive, and you're diving. So you're just going to die here. There's no way you survive this. So yeah, go for the boop. Go for the boop. Know when you need to go for the boop. Know when you can dive. Know when you can duel. Know when you can apply point pressure. Jeez, dude. Holy moly. You're probably going to try for point pressure, but it's not going to work. I would almost guarantee it. There's a reason why Mei Bastion is really strong. Like, Mei Bastion is really strong, especially with Baptiste, because it's so hard to dive. Mei and Baptiste are really hard to dive. Now, it's going to be better with the Immortality Field nerf, but Mei Bastion is really strong. The only way to beat it is with, like, really good spam, or a Mei Bastion of your own, or Mei Reaper. But Mei Reaper and... Mei Bastion of your own is obviously difficult because they can theoretically have a positional advantage, and then Mei Reaper is hard to run, and then spam just takes forever. So Mei Bastion is a legit really good call. Okay, get Mega. Okay, do not do anything just yet. Do not do anything just yet. There's your. I don't know if you could duel Baptiste. All right. Wait. This is no, please wait. This is what you're waiting for. This could be the difference between losing the fight or winning the fight. Wait for this guy. That's just a bad boop attempt. Like, it ain't gonna work, Chief, you know? And again, if you're gonna go for this, if you had waited for Genji to actually poke or wait, or even call to your team or something, or just waited for Genji to push forward a little bit, there's less of a chance this Bastion is just going to turn on and melt you, right? That's another that's like why you wait for your teammates. Is not just because you want to help your teammates or because your teammates can find value off of you. It's because you can find value off of your teammates. If your teammates are looking at, you know, if your teammates are looking, or the enemy team is looking at your teammates, are not looking at you, and you can go for plays like this, right? So it's not just that this boop attempt is mechanically bad when you could do it from dark much easier. It's the fact that you're trying to do it when you've got a Genji in spawn. I should help in this review since you're best ball player alive. Thoughts on him forcing? No, you can't force point here. No, you'll get halted and melted. Not in this point. We talked about like we were talking about like dive, point pressure, duel, boop. The only thing you could do here is boop and build mines. So I like the attempt. It's not the great, but like you're 5v6ing right now, and at the very least you could tell your team that you're pressuring so they can make poke or something, you know. Hey, chap, we're figuring it out. Is he gonna figure it out? Unfortunate. Okay, that was really good at the Ursa. Unfortunate. Like we talked about this. This is unlikely to happen. Unlikely to happen. But I want to take a moment and admire the fact that we actually survived this. So good job. But like that was actually winnable. The only reason you guys lost that wasn't because you screwed it up. It's because they Sigma ulted. So do it again. Hey, nice boop. Yeah. Okay. Like, it took us forever, but we did solve it. I just would have preferred for you to go more for the CC and less for diving the Bastion. I don't think diving Bastion is something that you can legitimately do. Not even with a Genji. It doesn't work. Oh, you guys actually capped. Nice. I think Bastion can't shoot you if you force bot on the corner point, but okay. Maybe, yeah. Maybe if you could bait halt without using your adaptive shields and then do it again. I don't know. Bastion. Yes! Short grapple, being sneaky, quickly and cleanly executed. Yes! Ah ha ha! You forced a mortality field! Why are you slamming that? I swear, some of your slams confuse the butt cheeks out of me. Okay, whatever. That was good. That was good.
3 to 2. Switching sides.
And oftentimes the defending team messes up any kind of rotation at the points. It's more like, right, well, if you can, like, booping and point pressure kind of, remember, they're both disrupting, right? It forces any team to, like, move around or reset or fix the thing. And Shark Girl Mingle, think of it the fall. And it makes it really difficult for them. Like, if you boop them off of high ground, they're not going to perfectly peel for that. If you force point pressure, they're not going to be able to perfectly rotate to that. So, like, you force them to do these awkward and difficult things, and then you win the fight. So that was good. I just don't think point pressure on Anubis is something that you can do into their comp. Could be wrong, though. So that was close. If you guys had one ult, that was winnable. Wait. Don't be like that ball. That slam from that ball did almost nothing. I mean, your team might was kind of feeding. What's also with the Disney music, dude? What's going on here? Mother Teresa, dude. What's going on, man? Like, clearly have an Ana here. This is where you dive or duel. Like, they're going on point. Your team can deal with that. That's not what you do. Instead, you, like, even if you land this slam here, this is a terrible slam. So first off, you screw it up as it is. And you move too far forward before you slam. But it's like, okay, so what if you hit the slam? You annoy the Sigma, you annoy the Mei, who will then freeze you, sleep you, and kill you. Like, what do you, you're not on their backline. You need to get to the backline so you can actually kill the heroes, and also so that you force them to turn around and shoot you away from their team. You're not doing that. You slam frontline, Ana just sits back there pretty as could be, and you're never going to kill anything. Whereas if you go Ana, they have to overcompensate for their defenseless Ana and protect their Ana. This is just terrible, terrible. Good boop, I guess. Okay, for crying out loud, dude, when you're pressured by something, don't run like a squealing pig back to your mama and die again. The second that you see this, get the mega health pack. It's a Reaper. He's slow and stupid. Instead, you're like, oh, Reaper, gotta go back to my team through the enemy team. Again. Like, the thing is ignoring the Reaper. You're gonna go back this way anyway. Into the Orisa and the Mei, and you're just, even if the Reaper doesn't kill you, they're gonna kill you either way. What is your problem, dude? Holy cow. You suck at this game. Uninstall. I want a written apology. Leave him alone. Why are you slamming that? You are unbelievable, dude. Holy crap, dude. How can you be this dumb? I'm slobbering on myself. It's a Reaper. He counters tanks, you bot. I'm like watching double-digit SR gameplay right now. Stop shooting the Reaper, you Nimrod. He's 1,000,000 miles across the map. You have no information on what's going on because you're looking in the back like a complete nincompoop. What's wrong with you? You better land this slam right. You better let them through and then slam the Ana. I swear, if you mess this up again. No, no, no. It's a tank. A Sigma. Why are you going for a Sigma in front of a Mei and a Moira and an Ana? You just used 1, 2, 3 cooldowns, and you forfeited positioning, and you did this much. Nothing. And look. Now they take the 5v6, and they win the fight. Idiot. Idiot. Nice, a nice positioning, idiot. Look at you, just look at you. Oh, and look at that. Oh my gosh, dude. This is a next level incompetence. You have done nothing the last 20 seconds. You had a good position, you completely wonked out, and now you're just, you might as well be AFK. Now you're just feeding ult charge. Now you're just like, here guys, just so you guys have enough to snowball next point, here's a little gift. Beautiful. Okay, stage backline. Or clonk into the stone wall. That also works. Stage backline. You're a little late, and I'm scared you're gonna get scouted. Check for that okay. You can disrupt, or you could duel. This is fine. Don't know why you didn't mind that, but okay. Looks like you didn't need it. Okay, that was better. That was good timed. That was well timed. Like, just, you don't have to be cute. Good. Smart. Smart, 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 smart. This is good. I wish more players did this. More tanks. That's literally, if you eat 5 mines, that's like 35% ult charge for your support. Like, that's insane. Okay. Oh, dude, come on, man. Okay, I do like this though. I want you to go high ground. I want you to change it up. I want you to go high ground, and I want you to mine them as soon as they walk through the choke. Okay. So you're not predictable. Come on, brother. Hey! Nice. We did it. Nice. Too early. And you didn't slam it either. Why are you knocking them back? You want to knock them in. You want the fight to happen. You have an ult on the table. Good. Yes. 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 Good. Nice. Okay. That was good. This is basically a GG's, right? 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 Cole always scares me. Okay. We're good. Okay. For you, like, legitimately, remember the little chart we drew, okay? It's dive, duel, disrupt, okay? And then we could kind of break down the disrupt into like point pressure and boot, okay? So you need to kind of look at their comp and checklist. This is what is going to work in this situation versus what they're running. This is what my team needs, okay? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? And obviously that's going to change depending on the status of your cooldowns as well. Like, you're less likely to be able to dive or duel if you're down your adaptive shields, right? Or you're down like your slam, like you're missing a crucial cooldown. And then you can make the decision based off of that. And obviously also will change from a fight to fight basis. So the problem with what you're doing is sometimes it took you too long to recognize what was needed in that circumstance. And for somebody that's basically 1-2 tricking ball, that's unacceptable. You have to be able to read that situation way faster, because you should have so much practice of knowing what's needed from you in that certain circumstance. In addition, a lot of your dives were mistimed. This was a consistent theme. And actually your boop pressure was mistimed as well. So whether it was Genji and Spawn, whether it was you diving onto their Sigma instead of their Ana before they even push through, whether it was you rolling through them before they were even through the choke, like there was a consistent theme, whether you were diving or whether you were going for a boop, like a roll through boop, you were like you were usually too early. You're usually too early. Like, you want to be like, the fight has started now and you displace their positioning. The enemy tanks have committed to the fight, then you dive their Ana. And that screws them up, because now they're already in a position to where they don't want to go and deal with what the heck's going on back there. They're looking this way. There's people shooting them in the face. And if you're going in first and they just shoot you and they clear you out and then they use their cooldowns in your team while you're going to get a mega health back, that's a 5v6. It's a 5v6 and you fed ult charge. So avoid doing that. As well as, obviously don't go for your boop role plays if half of your team isn't even there, or a member of your team isn't there to follow up on it. And if they're not in a position to get booped. So micro, maybe work on your trigger discipline. Don't just mash down mouse 1, like tracer, like mid clip, realign your crosshair and continue shooting. It's not a big deal. It's very important that you do that. It's not a big deal if you wait a second. And then work on your timing with what you're doing. I would like literally copy and paste those things I wrote on the screen, the dive, disrupt, duel, and literally put it on your screen, or like to the side of your screen. That is the most important thing you need to be asking yourself with Ana, or with your Hammond.